G'day folks, this is just a short video to run over a couple of small little things that are changing on this channel. Not much at all, but just a couple of things I want to update you about. And I've also got a parcel to open up, but I'm handling it very, very gently because it says fragile on the box.
Hey Robbie, you've got mail! You better check your mailbox! Okay Robbie, thanks mate. What's the address? Post Office Box 3006, Yarunga LPO, Wangaratta 3677.
Okay folks, I've got a fragile parcel here. Fragile. Talk about fragile. At work the other day, I was in the operating theatre at the hospital and I was watching the doctor perform an organ transplant, and he dropped a vital organ on the ground and it shattered. It actually broke. It was absolutely heartbreaking to see. Anyway, let's open this this fragile parcel and see what I've got, and then I'll just run through these couple of small changes with you. Now these changes aren't anything to worry about, they're just small changes. If the whole camera is shaking, I apologise. I've just, oh gee, it's full of beans, beanbag beans. That's kind of, my little tripod's balancing on a little foam esky that's balancing on a white box. And every time I bump the table, the whole thing shakes. Right, looks like it's been snowing in here. Now, I'm going to put my glasses on at the risk that it'll probably mess around with the autofocus function on the camera. Hi Robbie, it's Peter Warmington, or Corky's Bees. Just want to thank you for your information with Rode Wireless Go and love it. That's this. That's my Rode Wireless Go. Sometimes you see it because it's actually got the microphone built into that square, and sometimes I can plug a little lapel mic or a lavalier mic into this bit and stick this in my pocket. Right now I'm sitting about 1 metre from the camera, and the camera, which is my Canon G7X Mark III, would be more than capable of picking up the audio, but it will also pick up the wind outside, the neighbour's motorbike and everything else. So I've used this little wireless Go just to help get that crisp audio, and I've suggested it to someone who's asked, and he's wrote me a letter. Here's some honeycomb for you. I hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoy your videos. As you may know about the bushfire around the country, well, on Sunday about 11 PM the bushfire hit my beehive, so this year going to be a very non-productive year as we lost 19,800 hectares so far on the 29th of the 11th 2019, bushland and some farming land too. I'm giving you the last of my honeycomb, as couldn't think of anything more that will make me happier, just to take my mind off the fires. If you like, please come over to my page on Facebook at Corky's Bees. I'm going to put a link, I'm going to find this page, and I'm going to put a link to this page in the description under this video, and I seriously think that everybody needs to go and show this guy a bit of love. Corky's Bees, and see how much the fire destroyed. But I was very lucky as all my bees were saved thanks to hard work from me and my mate as well as the firefighters. Please feel free to share my story and videos page. Once again, I'd like to say thank you for all the help. Can't wait for your next video. Peter Wormington. Peter, that is amazing. So basically Peter has got a beehive up in the bushfire ravaged part of New South Wales, and the fires have taken their toll on Pete's farm, and he's lost a lot of farm, a lot of bushland, and he's got his last harvest of honeycomb here now, and he's decided to send it to me. His very last harvest of honeycomb he's decided to send to me because he likes my videos. Isn't that amazing? Some people are just absolutely incredible. First of all, Pete, my heart goes out to you and everybody else that's been affected by the bushfires. I live in a small town, 25,000 people, but it's big enough that we're pretty much safe from bushfires, but it's sort of small enough to be a country town. I've seen bushfires all around here. I've seen them go through the hills. They are absolutely devastating. They're devastating to fisheries, and I am just praying for rain in your area and everywhere else in the country that needs it. I have seen firsthand the effects of bushfires, having seen friends lose farmland. Peter, my heart goes out to you and everybody else that's affected by the bushfires, and I'm praying that we can get some kind of rain and a rapid turnaround in the conditions. I'm going to contact Dyson and see if I can get some kind of a vacuum cleaner sponsorship, because my shed is going to be absolutely chock-a-block full of of beans. These things. Sorry folks, I'm just, there's heavy things in here as well. This I've got to say, this mail time, this parcel was 100% unexpected. Sometimes I know what I'm getting, sometimes I don't know, sometimes I guess, sometimes I've got a rough idea. People might tell me they're going to send me a couple of lures, but I never know exactly what they are. But this was 100% unexpected. Now I'm going to get this the beans off. It's so windy that there's even wind coming into the shed. Look at that, honeycomb. I see if I can get that to focus on there. I can honestly say, never in my life have I ever eaten honeycomb. The only real honeycomb, which isn't even real, the only honeycomb I've ever eaten has been inside a crunchy or a violet crumble. This is the first time ever that I've tried honeycomb. I can't wait to try it. I assume you just eat it straight like that, do you? I don't know. I don't know what you... I'm going to find out. I've got sticky fingers already. Peter Wormington, that is so kind. Now, what are these things? They look like pens. They are pens. Corky's bees. Corky's bees. I don't know whether I'll get the camera to focus on that. That's going to be a big ask. What about there? Have I done it? Have I done it? Not quite. What if I go closer? It's a very small... There you go. Corky's bees. I've got a Corky's bees pen. In fact, I've got about 7 or 8 of them. That is so cool. How nice is that? I've received, this camera's there, go, it's picked me up. I've received some honeycomb, an amazing letter, and a half a dozen pens from Corky's Bees on Facebook and YouTube. That is so cool. Thank you so much, Peter. I'm so excited. Just a really quick note, I just dug the spoon into that honeycomb and it was absolutely amazing. Corky's Bees, I hope you're back up on your feet soon, mate, because the honeycomb, the beeswax, I just dug the spoon in and ate it straight, and it was one of the nicest, sweetest and most natural things I've ever eaten. Absolutely incredible. Rightio folks, now just a couple of small updates that I mentioned at the start of this video. I've only got 2 things on my list here and they won't take me too long to go over. One of them is not actually an update, but one of them is my Patreon page. Lately on Instagram, I've been getting a lot of messages. Hey Robbie, coming up to Wangaratta to go cod fishing on opening. Where's a good spot to get in? Where's the best spot to go fishing? I've just been swamped with those messages. Now there's a whole stack in the order of about 90, I think, messages in my Instagram box that I haven't actually replied to. I do apologise to you guys, but I've got a Patreon account and I've got a stack of people following me on Patreon. They've been asking me similar messages, where to get into the river. One guy I replied to, I said, mate, you follow me on Patreon, I'll help you out. He followed me on Patreon, I sent him screenshots of maps and I helped him to no end. So for that guy to pay me the order of about $4.50 Australian, that's like $3 a month US, for him to pay me that, to get that information, I'm doing him and all my other Patreons an injustice by giving the information that I've got away for free. So, you can, if you guys follow me on Patreon and message me there, I'll help you to no end, but you don't even have to do that. You can call the local tackle store and ask them. The whole thing for me is that I want to be remunerated, I suppose. I want to be paid for my time a little bit, because when you reply to so many messages, it takes a long, long time, and that's time away from my family and my kids. So I'm happy to help you if you help me. Otherwise, give the guys down at the tackle store a buzz and they'll be more than happy to help you with directions and anything you need to know. Adventure Camping and Fishing is the store to ring here in Wangaratta. Can't think of the number off the top of my head, but just Google Adventure Camping and Fishing and they'll be happy to help you out. But if the help has to come from me, hit me up on Patreon and I will do the best I can to help ensure that you get onto a fish. Now, the other thing is replying to comments on YouTube. I always try and reply to my comments. You always know that when you reply to a YouTube channel, when you leave a comment, I'd like to get back to you all, or at the very least give you a heart to show that I've read it and say thanks. And I'm going to continue to do that. I've always prided myself on doing that. In the past, I've said to people, if you want to contact me or read a message for me to see on YouTube, the best way to do it is to leave it on my most recent video. All that's still the same, but there's one thing that's changing. Cod season's about to open, daylight savings, I'm going to be out the river. I quite often schedule my videos to publish at 7 PM or sometimes 7:30. So if I schedule the video to publish at 7:30 and I'm out the river fishing, I'm not going to be able to reply to your comments straight away. You may have noticed the video, or Sunday night just gone, I published it at 7 o'clock. I didn't reply to anyone's messages until 10:30. That's because I was at work doing a sleepover. So the video sat there for 3 hours before I got back to anybody, but I did get back to everybody's messages, and I'll always do that. So just understand, now that it's daylight savings here and it's darker later at night, I will still reply to all your comments, but they're just going to be, I might just take a little bit longer to get there because I might be out actually filming the next video while you're leaving the comment. But I will get back to you, I promise. Thank you all very much for watching, everybody. I know you guys all understand that about the replying to people is something I love to do. You guys have taken the time to leave a kind message. I'm going to find the time to reply, but you might just take a couple of hours before I get there. And thank you very, very much to Pete Wormington for the honeycomb and for the pens. Check out Corky's Bees on Facebook and YouTube, and I'll leave links below in the description to where you can find them. Thanks very much for watching. If you like this video, why not give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.